Hi, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Don Baillargeon, joined on the phone now by Mr. Brian Altunian, who's Chief Operating Officer of Platinum Studios, stock symbols PDOS. Brian, good to talk to you.
Hey, Don. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, now, Brian, I know that you're down in San Diego at something called Comic-Con, and I know that's probably something other than a really funny story about guys in prison. What is Comic-Con?
Comic-Con is the world's largest comic book convention, but really it's become kind of the youth culture event of the year, where not only are there comic book enthusiasts, but there are video game enthusiasts, movie enthusiasts. All the major studios are down here. It's an opportunity for everybody to showcase what's happening in media. I call it genre media in the upcoming year. So a lot of talk about what's happening with Iron Man 2 and Avatar and some of the big new projects that have a base in comic books and graphic novels.
Well, you're absolutely right, because, I mean, the entertainment industry, whether it's movies, television, or video games, I mean, comic book characters have always been popular, but it really seems like in the last 10 years that popularity has just gone to another stratospheric level. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely exploding, and I think part of it is because a couple years ago Marvel started their own film studio. DC Comics has just announced an expansion into producing more properties, and companies such as ours, Platinum Studios, who have very large libraries of material, we're benefiting from the traction and from the uptake, and again from the wide reach that these comic book based movies and video games have around the world.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because Platinum Studios does control something in the neighborhood of 6,000 comic book characters, so you folks must have a tremendous presence down there at Comic-Con.
Well, we do, and we're fortunate. First of all, this year's show, it's the 40th anniversary of Comic-Con. There are about 125,000 people descended down here in downtown San Diego, and we got the opportunity to not only participate in a panel on Masters of the Web and the impact that the web community has on movies, but we also get to show some behind-the-scenes footage for our first production, a project called Dead of Night, based on an Italian property called Dylan Dog. And so just wrapping up a panel now where the director, the producers, and the cast are all answering questions from comic book fans.
So you're
very exciting time for us.
You're actually showing some behind-the-scene footage of Dead of Night at Comic-Con. That's exciting.
That's absolutely first time that anybody outside of the very small crew has seen any of the footage of the movie. And I'll tell you, we just aired it and had just a wild reception, which was fantastic for us.
Well, we're going to have to get some of that on Money TV, hopefully in a future show, and get a report from you direct from Comic-Con. Again, Brian Altunian, Chief Operating Officer of Platinum Studios. Again, the stock symbol's PDOS. Hope to get you back in Hollywood here soon, Brian, with a full report.
We'll be showing some stuff, Don. Thanks so much.
Great. Take care.